live. I think I forgot something. What did I forget? Did I forget something? I don't know. Hey, 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. I hope you're doing well today. It is a Monday. The Monday before, we got 2 weeks before the 4th of July holiday, right? So, hoping everything's going well. So, here we go. Bear with me. Well, there we go. That's better. It's hot, humid here in Philadelphia. And what are we going to talk about today? I want to talk about customer being priority number one, or customer access being the number one priority, and give you a little story and just talk about a couple of things related to why I say that in Scrum and Agile. And this is the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. I am Greg Mester, Scrum Master and Agile Coach, and we talk about Scrum and Agile in a practical and tactical way, so you can value your customer. Get home to family and friends, have a little fun. I got to post up some pictures. We went up into a ropes course here in Philadelphia the other day. I was scared to death, and I'm out of shape and everything, but I did it. I really did it. I thought my body was going to die when we're done. Anyway, I'll put some video, little clips up of that activity maybe later today, this week. Definitely don't do that for a retrospective. I will tell you that right now. Anyway, so there's the fun part. Have fun at home. Have fun at work. Don't take your coworkers to a ropes course as a retrospective. It's fun if they'll pay people willing to do it, but it's a scary thing. Anyway, so that's not what we're talking about today. Today we're talking about customer access being the number one priority to what you're doing. And also today's my first day on my new job, so I'm going to be short on this one because I'm logging in everything, getting everything set up for the new job. And maybe as the week goes, I'll let you know how it goes and how the transition goes. Because people always have a little bit of fear on transitions for new jobs, especially in this digital age. Oh my God, everything's remote. How do I do this? So I'll share with you some of those transitions as I go to the new job, the activities and things like that. Okay, so the other day, before I left, I was talking to some managers and had to report out. One manager said, here's what they really said. They said, well, we created this other access system so we can collect feedback and requirements from the customer so that they can tell us what they want, because we really don't want them commenting and seeing how we're doing on the stories in our system. Yeah, he said that. And I'm like, oh my God. So instead of giving value to the customer, you're building another system just to report on stuff that exists in your current system. And they all do it, by the way, because I know, because I've worked on pretty much all the major systems. Like Jira, you can do stuff. Azure, you can do stuff. Version 1, you can do stuff. Rally, you can do stuff. There's lots of things you can do with the existing system. But they decided that they needed to create another system because they didn't want the customer commenting on stories as they progress. And I'm like, back in my head the whole time, like, why? And I'm like, why would you go that way? It's because people are scared to death of the freaking customer. Okay. And that's not good. As an Agile coach, and I hope one day, and as Scrum Master, when I was Scrum Master, my job was to encourage people to engage with the customers as much as possible. Don't be afraid of the customer. If you're afraid of the customer, one, your stories are going to be cruddy, and you got to build that relationship so that when things do go awry, they understand and they're flexible and they're not holding you to the grindstone, right? And that's what they don't get. Everybody wants to talk to me now. I'm going to mute my phone. But what I'm getting at is that it's very easy to develop systems to allow your customer access to your data. And what's wrong with commenting on stuff? Let's say they read something or they want to know how things are going or commenting on the sprint if you need anything, or here's something I learned. And then as a comment to the story that people are working on. If they change the requirement, it's a whole different ballgame. And there are ways to do that so they can't change those values if they're not certain members of your team. But you got a customized system, right? But that goes to the whole thing of letting the customer at sprint review, which we talked about last week, use the software, create like kind of a UAT environment during sprint review So you can tell what the comments they're making. And this isn't, I've seen this in so many companies. Even my couple companies ago, I kept offering, let me go sit with the customer. I'll help them build their backlogs and get them into the whole agile mindset and the sprints and the cadence and just get them knowing that so they're in sync with your team. Well, no, we can't do that, Craig. That's a whole different group. We're not responsible for that group. But they're responsible for giving you all your work. Wouldn't you want them kind of be in cadence and sync with what you're doing? Oh, no, I don't know about that. That would be that would be too far. That's out of our range. So you don't think about prepping and getting in sync in parallel with your customer makes sense. But that's what Scrum and Agile, that's what Agile is about. That's the Agile mindset. The Agile mindset is to be in sync with the customer. What is it? Working with the customer instead of following a contract or something like that. Some negotiation, right? That is key. Working with the customer, right? You need to work with the customer. If that involves letting him access, because the other thing, that's the funny thing is that, like, we don't want the customer to see. Well, I'm telling you right now, if there's a customer after a little bit of IT, a little bit of technical savvy, probably are. They wouldn't be where they were if they didn't have it. Some people aren't, but most are. They can go into any one of these systems and view your stuff because most organizations keep it all open to the world. It's not hidden anywhere. So they could easily go and build their own if they wanted to. I know you guys are using Jira. I'm going to go on Google. I'm going to learn Jira, and I'm going to build a system so I can monitor what's going on for my stuff. It's real easy. And a lot of times I just teach customers how to do that too, because it's rather than having it out of a book and watch videos and just said, here, we'll put this here together. What do you want to see? And allow them to see what's going on with their work. It's easy enough for each individual person throughout the whole corporation to be able to do that. And that's in any one of the systems. But anyway, I digress a little bit. The fear factor of the customer. We don't want, and then to build another system to capture this, to allow the customer to see how it's going when it's all there in Jira. You can build them a little dashboard or in Azure or in Rally. It's not that hard. So I find it interesting that it's not just a system, but they don't want their feedback in the system. They don't want their customer cluttering up the system, which I'm like, why wouldn't you? You got to have some courage. When we were doing the value session the other day with Gunther, courage was one of the things. You got to have courage. You got to have courage to go meet with your customer. So I digress. But anyway, that's kind of what I'm saying is that if you're a Scrum Master and Agile coach and you see your team not bringing the people into sprint reviews and not allowing them access to your system that exists, that's available, or setting things up to make it easier for them to see it, so you don't have to braid in twice and not really add value to your customer, you got to get in there and start getting them to talk to the customer. And you got to challenge them. Part of coaching. That's like my wife said, come on, my kids are like, come on, let's do level 3, Dad, on the rope course. I'm like, oh my God, this is scary. It was a little scary. The zip lines were fun, kind of. Being 40 feet in the air, go from tree to tree. It's scary. Anyway, I wish you all a great day. I guess today's my first day. I will report out how the transition goes. Actually, this company really got their stuff together. I give them credit. Got my laptops last week. Probably the fastest time I ever got my laptops. Even gave me a monitor, big screen monitor to dock in with the laptop. So that was pretty cool. And we'll see. So give us a thumbs up if you like the show. If you'd like to know more about transitioning from one company to another during this work remotely activity, please feel to message me. And we got our podcasts out. They go out every day at 5 a.m. in the morning. I'm pretty much on the nose. Give you something to do all around the world. And tell your friends, ring their little bell once, twice, so you get a notification when we go live. And I wish you a happy Monday and happy Scrumming. Take care, everyone. Stay safe and enjoy. Have fun.